Hello, good morning. It's High Priestess Jamila. Hello, happy Friday. Um, I wanted to come and give y'all some more insight on my tarot and divination class. Okay, just so that you guys could get a better understanding of what you're going to get with that. And I apologize if I'm talking over my dishwasher, or if you hear my dishwasher, it is because I'm cleaning up my kitchen. Okay, so I do apologize for that because I have a very busy day today, and I was inspired actually to come on here and talk about this real quick so that people could understand. Um, exactly how do you teach somebody the tarot? How does it relate to being intuitive? Or are you claiming that you can teach somebody how to be a psychic? And so let's talk about that, okay? So here's my personal opinion of it. It's not about teaching somebody to be intuitive, because you can't do that. And being an intuitive person is not necessarily the same as reading the tarot and or using other divination tools. Okay? It's not exactly and always the same, because when you think about it, a person can be very intuitive, very empathic, and that doesn't mean that they are going to have the ability to read the cards. Okay? And so this takes me back when I first started reading the cards. I've always been intuitive. I could always tell certain things. I have always had prophetic dreams. And I'm hoping that my sound is okay and that I'm not breaking up, because sometimes I break up in my kitchen. Uh, okay, so believe it or not, when I first started reading the tarot, I actually started with the Miss Cleo deck. That was the very first deck that I ever had, okay? And what I did to learn the system of tarot was I learned the meaning of the cards, okay? And that's how I started. Now, in tarot class, my tarot class is actually 15 hours, which should be plenty of time. We power through, that's actually a portion of the class where we power through the meanings of the cards, because I've been reading for so long and I've been doing it for so long that I just automatically know the meaning of each card, and also the major arcana, the basic meaning of each card. And so there are some people, they just grab a deck and they look at the illustrations and they just learn, and they can just read the cards. And I think that that's more of an advanced talent after you've been reading for a while, but it just depends on where your spiritual gifts are at, because honestly, that is how I learned, and I have been known to be one of the most accurate readers. Okay, because even though I go by my intuition, I still have that basic knowledge of what the card means, because each card does have a meaning, but it also has a certain energy that is attached to it. Okay, so I'm not teaching you how to be intuitive. That's not what I'm doing. I can't do that. I can't teach you that. Now I can teach you ways of unblocking your third eye. I can teach you how to ground yourself so that you can create more of an environment within yourself to be able to read yourself and other people as far as with cards. But I can't. That's something that you're born with, and I can't teach you that. Which I believe that most of us do have an intuition, unless there's some other special kind of circumstance coming, that is there. Um, and so yeah, but basically that is a couple of hours of class time is going to be where you're going to take notes. You're going to have your own tarot deck. If you check out the website, I have an optional tarot starter kit where you get sent a few different decks. You get sent, and I think I'm going to start with Rider-Waite, unless there's another style that you like. And what I do is I drop ship you the tools that you need to get started. Not just the tarot decks, but also the tools that you need for protection, tools that you need for opening and closing a reading in and out, tools that you need for banishing in case and cleansing your area. So that actually comes with the starter kit, as well as a pendulum and a pendulum, either a dowsing cord, but more than likely it's going to be a mat that you'll get. Okay, it'll be like an altar cloth that you'll get. It depends on what we have in stock. Okay. They're pretty fully well stocked with the pendulum boards and stuff like that. A pendulum board looks a lot like a Ouija board. Okay, you can actually use the pendulum with your Ouija boards too. So you get that to start, your class off, and then we just power through the meanings and you take notes. Now, the rest of the class is helping you, interpret what in the heck are the cards really saying. And so the thing of it is that when you're reading the tarot, you're going to be connecting with spirit guides or either ancestors or ascended masters. I mean, you can connect with any deity or spirit guide that you want. You can connect with Jesus Christ if you want when you're reading the cards. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what, who you feel comfortable with working with, or speaking to, so you learn all of that. And so you can't teach somebody how to be psychic. Being psychic is very different from reading the cards. I do believe that a lot of us early on in life, when we were kids, I believe that a lot of us showed a very highly intense ability to read. Hello, good morning, Jen. Hello, morning. All of us showed that, especially those of us that had enhanced psychic abilities. And of course, depending on the type of parents that you had, they may have suppressed that ability. And so the tarot will help to bring that out if you want to increase your natural abilities, which is fine, because what I found is that basically with the tarot, it just confirms my intuition typically. And so you learn about that. The first tarot spread that you're going to learn is the Celtic cross, and then just you just kind of go from there. Okay, And it is a very good skill to learn, especially if you're wanting to get into witchcraft. Learning how to divinate things is really important. Uh, being able to read is really important. It can be a great addition to your spell work. So I do offer classes on witchcraft as well. All of my classes are held by Zoom. Okay. And so you just have to, I got to get in touch with Zoom. I need to call them today, as a matter of fact, because I need to find out how do I get like all of those features, such as recording the sessions, and how do I, not get interrupted after 30 minutes telling me that your free meeting is ending. So I'm going to find that out sometime this week or this weekend, probably today. I am accepting 1 to 3 students per month. It just depends on how Spirit decides to do it, whether or not I get one tarot person. The thing of it is that if you do it, I want you to be serious about it. Because tarot class is typically 2 to 3 times per week. So that's 3 hours per week. So that would be 5 weeks. Because, if I get you started in July, I want you to be disciplined to make sure that you're at class. Okay. My witchy courses are typically once per week if you're, learning about witchcraft. Okay. So, but the tarot classes are typically 2 to 3 times, 1 to 3 times per week. Okay. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, it's what else was I going to say? Your emotions can sometimes affect your readings, and then also there's a lot of ins and outs that you guys need to learn about that. So we actually go over basic spell work and magic too, because believe it or not, people's spell work can affect your reading sometimes. Okay, if you're asking about certain people, or if you have certain people involved, people can actually affect your readings. So it's important to put up certain things into place to where people cannot interfere with your readings so that you won't get the wrong answer. So people can actually manipulate your readings with witchcraft. That's one of the first things that we learn, because I actually just learned that maybe like a year or so ago. It's just one of those things that you kind of figure out, when people are trying to mess with your head, they want you to see certain things, in your cards and stuff. So readings can be manipulated by witchcraft too. So that's something that we go over for at least 30 minutes to an hour in one of your courses. I don't have like a curriculum, like, so to speak, but you'll definitely learn the tarot at the end of that 15 hours. So if you guys are interested in that, all you gotta do is visit my website. You can go and get a 30-minute reading, or either an hour reading, depending on what you're interested in. Like I said, I'm only taking 1 to 3. Depends on what my workload is like for the month, but and this will be for whenever. I'll be offering these courses forever, I guess, until the day I die. So it's, like I said, it's 4 to 5 weeks, depending on how fast of a learner that you are. And yeah, it's just like any other class. You want to take notes, want to have some pen and paper and take notes. And So that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you're already intuitive, then you understand. But you know, people that are intuitive, they can always be manipulated by spell work. Spell work is constantly manipulating people. It's constantly, okay, depending on who you have manipulating you. Okay, so that's why it's understand. Like here's the whole thing that when I look around at the world, and this is something that I've realized, and it's so weird. Everybody is manipulating people with witchcraft. Everybody. And you know what? There are a lot of people that are natural psychics, and being a psychic is not just about doing a reading or telling the future. Being a psychic can be to where you have the power to manipulate other people's minds, sometimes to read minds. So psychics are not just fortune tellers, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I think that this is one of the biggest things that people, one of the biggest secrets in this world that people just don't understand, you know. Uh, and I think that the more, you know, controlling and dominating a person is, the more they will want to manipulate you, which is why people typically don't like to be around people that are too manipulative. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, I think it's almost like a sixth sense, you know, of a person that may be scared, and they just want, you know what I'm saying, just scared to experience anything. And so it's like, I've got to control, you know. And so I bring this up because a lot of people just don't realize just how much manipulation is going on in your life. And it's just crazy. It's crazy. So, so yeah, anyway, that's what I wanted to say this morning. I hope you guys are having a great day. I have a lot of amazing stuff coming up over the weekend. So I will be seeing y'all, showing y'all my new divination table, or, you know, my new divination center or whatever. That won't be until like tomorrow evening or whatever. So just get ready for that. And I will catch y'all later. Okay? You contact me for a confidential reading if you're interested in the tarot classes. Yes, it's okay for you to go, and yes, it is okay for you to learn the tarot and make money with it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you know, and so that's why it's priced the way that it is, because it's an excellent skill to learn. It's an excellent skill to learn. And you do, even if you are a natural psychic, you do have to learn the tarot. You know, I think it's important for you to understand the basic meanings of the tarot, and for you to understand, you know, how to put all of that together, you know, how to use a tarot spread, how to make your own tarot spread, you know, and yeah, reading the cards is amazing. I love the tarot a lot. I actually, as an empath, I prefer the tarot. I think that the tarot is amazing for empaths because, you know, unless empaths can be deeply impacted by people's energy. So I wouldn't even like some of the stuff that we read. I feel like being able to see it in the cards is much better than somebody coming to me and I'm able to feel, you know, all of that, or it just kind of runs through me like a freight train. I really don't like that. Okay, I prefer to have that, have the tarot as and you know, other means, because I feel like it's safer personally. Okay, even though there's times y'all have seen me do this to where, like, I'll be doing a reading and I can just feel that energy. I can just feel it, and it just be like, oh my God, this is terrible. So, you know, but I think that it's still buffered a little bit. I think that, you know, the cards provide somewhat of a buffer. I do. I really do, because it allows you to separate yourself from that. Whereas when I was a little kid, You know, I would just read people constantly. And if people were sad, if people were angry, I would just match them just like that. Like I would just feel what other people were feeling all the time. And, you know, I had no idea how to control it until recently. Well, until like 10 years ago. Then I learned how to control it. But, you know, it can be really, really difficult anyway. I have a 9-year old upstairs that is an empath also. So I got to go because he's up there running around doing something. So I will catch y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Have a happy Friday. All right. Blessings.